Hey, I'm Alan Talaga. I wrote an article about doing stand-up comedy, but that was just my perspective. I wanted to talk to a couple other comics about it and see what their experiences have been like doing stand-up in Madison as well. So I'm here with Chris Lay and Jay Abbondanza from Jay Productions, which is a series of Sunday night comedy showcases that take place at the Atlas Theater at, what's the address?
609 East Washington.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, can you guys tell me, why did you guys get into comedy?
I've been hanging out with like the local, I've been going to the open mics and kind of watching for a long time, and then I would go out and get drinks with comedians, and you, Alan, actually one of the guys who said, "You're funny, why don't you do this?" And I said, it scares me, that's why. And then I just kind of got up there after putting it off for a long time, and I put together 3 minutes and just did it at the Comedy Club on State, and just kind of been going ever since. Ever since that first time, it's just felt like, why would I stop doing this?
Well, nobody comes and just hangs out with comics. What's the point? You're wasting your time.
All these guys do is talk about comedy, and I either have to get into this or just find better friends.
Well, right. Like, all my friends in high school started joining like bands. They all had their little like rock band in the basement.
Yeah.
And so I had to make up a band because otherwise I was totally getting lost in the vocabulary.
Yeah. No, I liked comedy because it was a thing that you didn't need friends to do. Like, yeah, I guess that's sadder than it sounds.
Really sad.
Well, no, but it was like if you wanted to do something, you had to call people and you had to be like, let's go to Applebee's, and it'd be like, I don't want to do Applebee's, let's say Bennigan's, and I was like, oh. Or I could just go to the comedy club and make those people laugh. Like that was much easier than calling 6 people.
But no, I mean, I know what you're talking about with some of the coordination because, you know, I know you have done a lot of stuff in film. Yeah. But if you're going to even make something just for YouTube, you're going to need to get a bunch of people together, all get your schedules, a band's the same thing, like a play. All of those artistic things take a bunch of people. Where stand-up, you just need to go to a place where there's going to be a microphone and you show up by yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And there's no like when you hang out with people, there's the we need something to talk about, and then I need to make sure that I'm not being a jerk, and then that person's a jerk. And when you do stand-up, it's just like, hey, I'm going to come, do what I do, and then if I'm a jerk, people won't laugh. If I'm good, they'll laugh, and either way, people will listen. Yeah. Like that's like the whole thing of stand-up. It's like it's a group of people who are actually listening. Ideally.
In the article, I talk about one of the worst shows I ever had. Do either of you have those like shows that were just so terrible they stick out?
I performed for a Darfur benefit in Richmond, Virginia. They rented out the fairgrounds in Richmond, Virginia, and had food vendors, and it was 10 comics and 10 bands. And Our Lady Peace was the headliner, and there were gyros and all this shit, and then no one showed up at all. At its raging height, 22 people showed up.
It's for an outdoor festival.
For an outdoor festival. Picture an entire fairgrounds. The gyro people were the saddest of all. No one wanted a gyro. And there's 12 people, and we just went out there and did it, performed on a rock concert in between bands. To just nobody. One of the comics, they said, it's got to be clean, it's got to be super clean. And then it was, there was a punchline that involved fellatio simulating a chicken bone because he was black. That was his punchline. And then you should have seen.
A zinger.
And as soon as you're at Chicken Wing, you just saw the producer running to the stage no! He's already taken a bath on this whole thing and now he's going to get fined by the city of Virginia. It was, and then there was a dude from Darfur who thanked us all for coming, but there's nobody there. It was immensely sad. Really fun, but really sad.
There was one of the open mics at the Comedy Club on State that I did. A lot of my material, it's relatively personal. It's stories that happened to me. It's first-person stuff. And I just got out of a relationship, so I had a whole chunk of stuff that I'd written about the breakup, and I was just I can make this funny. Good comics can make anything funny. And so I got up there and I fully committed to like this like 5-minute chunk on like, you know, kind of being alone and being single, and it just came out really sad.
Well, because I mean, I was there. You weren't even being sympathetic. Because you were talking about all the things you had done as a jerk in this breakup. And so it's like, the audience feels bad for you because it's not going well. On the other hand, you're burning sympathy away as you just talk about your actions.
But in my head, I'm thinking, I can sell this. Like, it's all in the tone. It's all in the tone. Like, it's like, we've all been there, right? It's like, no, we haven't. You're just a real piece of garbage. Like, you're just trash. Like, you treated this girl who gave her heart to you so poorly. And she didn't give it to me poorly. The words, sorry. Order of them to mean things.
Have you guys ever done any small-town Wisconsin shows yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, don't worry. Then you'll have new awful shows.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
No, it was an all-you-can-drink show in rural Brown County. Like, if you want to see stereotypical South, you go to northeastern Wisconsin. Yeah. And we were going up there, and it had been the day Act 10 had been announced, the big budget repair bill that was going to be cutting my wages at my day job by 10%. And I was going to go have to tell these people jokes when I knew that 80% of them wanted this to happen. So I wasn't very happy that day. And then we come in and they're already hammered before the show starts.
Oh my God.
And a guy is standing at the bathroom, peeing into the urinal, holding the bathroom door open with his leg.
He doesn't want to miss a minute of the
Yeah, he doesn't want to miss the show. The show is going to go from about 9 to 11. This is 9:15. You know, Rick is just starting off the show and we're already witnessing public urination. Oh, that was terrible.